loving Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosey.
Don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not right.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still till the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm a lie better more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Gucci get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody.
Tell me how. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
I was fidgeting since we had so much time, and I can hear everybody, but I can't hear myself. So that's why I asked.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can always hear you.
Oh, okay.
But I was fidgeting with something behind the mic.
You sound a lot better. You must have had something unplugged.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
the jack wasn't all the way in.
Oh, hello, Frog Boy.
Hello.
Look who decided to show up on a Friday. Quite late. But who decided to
say this? Can I just say this?
Yeah, let's hear it.
You can't take 17 days off and then come back to issues.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't even be here had you not called the cops on Dan Day for getting a soccer rule wrong yesterday. Yeah, according to Leroy, because Dan Day said all Inter Miami had to do was win, and apparently he was wrong about that. He wanted to file assault and battery charges, according to what he said yesterday.
Got to keep him on his toes.
I decided to pull a Romberg coming on a Friday.
That is a Romberg move. That was the Romberg special. I'm going to go on vacation, but I'll come back for Friday. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Alice. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen right now in downtown Miami. The official weigh-ins going down for UFC 314. The main event is official. Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopes both on weight, 145 pounds apiece. Michael Chandler and Patty Pimblett both weigh in at 156. Since it's not a title fight, they get the 1 pound allotment. I'm a Scouser. They're in.
Hey, so my question is this.
Yeah.
What weight class has the most issues missing weight? Middle heavyweight, a light heavyweight?
Wow, that's a good question.
Isn't it light heavyweight?
I don't think so. Because normally if you're a light heavyweight and you have trouble making weight, you might as well just be a heavyweight.
Right.
You know, like
right.
I would say, what has the most issues?
Because
probably 135, because there's a lot of featherweights really trying to push it down to bantamweight.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I don't know the actual stats. I will look that up because I'm actually interested about that. But if I had to guess, I'd go 135. Because
for some reason, I never see the little guys struggle with weight.
Oh no, they miss all the time.
So there might be some truth to what I'm saying, that a grown ass man shouldn't weigh 125 pounds.
There's a lot of gimmicking. There's no doubt that that's the case. And then you have guys like Frankie Edgar, who was a badass weighing 155 when he probably should have been fighting at 135. I mean, I know there was a time where the UFC didn't have those weight classes, but it was crazy that even at his height, he was fighting at 155. Right. So there you go. We're good and our boy Jim Miller. He keeps his perfect run of making weight. Our boy, friend of the show, Jim Miller. He seems
like a pro's pro. Right?
Pros
He
pro.
talks about, I've been fighting 3 fights a year for 16 years. I'm a hard worker. Like, yeah.
The Masters Day 2. Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
What do we have for the leaderboard, Leroy? How are we looking here today? I saw your boy Rory McIlroy really screwed the pooch at the end of yesterday.
Oh my goodness! What did you?
I told you.
Well, here's the deal. You ready for this stat? No Masters winner has ever had more than one double bogey during the week.
Ooh, that is a good stat. Not for you, but that is a good stat.
And Rory did it in 3 holes.
Amazing.
So where are we right now? We are Justin Rose is at 8 under right now. He's 1 under for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Oberg is at 4 under. A lot of guys have. So's Corey Connors, Scheffler is at 4 under. Bryson DeChambeau and Tyrrell Hatton are at 3 under.
Ooh, Ricky Hatton's brother.
You have Akshay Bhatia at 2 under, along with English and Day. Rory is at even par through 1. Sahith Theegala, even par. Who are your other guys?
Let's see.
You got Morikawa.
I got Morikawa. I got Minwoo Lee.
Minwoo Lee.
I saw Koepka had a rough day.
Yeah. Minwoo. Whoa.
He's -1. I see him.
Minwoo Lee is -1.
He doesn't tee off till 1 o'clock. And then my boy Cameron Smith, didgeridoo, also -1 at noon.
Yep. Max Homa is 3 over. Charles Schwartzel, 3 over.
Koepka's rallying a little bit. He's down to +1. He was +3, but he's only +2.
Like it's weird because it, as difficult as the golf course seems, it always seems like guys can get back into it with 1 good round.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, or get out of it with 1 bad round. So I guess that's what they would determine to be a fair golf course.
Yeah.
You got Fleetwood, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, all at +1. Koepka's at +1 now. Schauffele +1.
Get together, Koepka. You're embarrassing us.
You
call Ekblad a parking cone. What do you call this?
But here's the problem with this golf course. Ready? You have to be able to move the ball multiple directions, and some guys don't. So that means they have to be more accurate.
What about that Panthers game where he looked high as a kite, Yogi? Maybe he'll know all directions. Remember that one? Or he was like, he was bugging out with the eyes.
I would say to grab a parking cone and yell something through it, you're not sober.
They keep showing the Arnold Palmer drinking the Arnold Palmer Sports Center commercial. Mm-hmm. That's good. What a classic.
Yep.
What a
you
classic.
know what a Jack Nicklaus is?
No.
Strawberry lemonade.
Nah.
Crazy that these guys invented that. That's why they made my list of top 5 athletes successful outside of their sport.
You know, how about this one? You know what a John Daly is?
That's gotta have alcohol.
An Arnold Palmer with vodka.
I knew it.
Oh man. Doesn't he do something at the Masters? Doesn't he have like an RV where he sells stuff?
No. They ain't letting him nowhere near the Masters.
No, I think I thought that John Daly had like a souvenir stand down the road from Augusta that he just sold stuff because he's not allowed to hear Augusta.
I don't know. I tell you what, he is. How could I put this? Who's the wide receiver? Not that went crazy.
Antonio Brown?
He's the Antonio Brown of golf. Except he's actually won and done more in his sport than Antonio Brown did in his.
I have John Daly parking an RV at a Hooters during the Masters. Yeah, he does this every year. He brings an RV at this Hooters near Augusta, and he's just selling merch.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's the best. That's actually amazing.
There's this headline right now from 2 days ago on ESPN. Hanging with John Daly at Augusta Hooters.
Oh my goodness.
That's when Augusta really wants to cut loose. Even the women there are wearing their polos.
What are we doing?
Oh, man. That's great. We'll take a break. 15 minutes of heat is next.
WQA.
Bum, bum. 15 minutes of heat here for you on 560 WQAM. Your Miami Heat, they are back on the hardwood tonight in the place that raised Leroy Horde, New Orleans.
That's right.
Taking on the Pelicans tonight in what is sure to be an unforgettable matchup with everybody the Pelicans are putting out there.
Can I just say this? Still nervous.
Really? For what, dude? The Heat are they are where they are.
Yeah.
Nothing changes.
That's true.
The Hawks won yesterday. I'm pretty sure that all but solidifies where everybody's at right now.
So,
You see that move by Trae Young yesterday, though? Woo! He had this one ankle snatcher yesterday. Very impressive. Very
about Ricochet.
Tell you what, these French pretty good at basketball.
But they didn't do well in the Olympics, did they?
They played in the final.
Did they?
Yeah, the America beat them. America beat Serbia, and then they beat France. Very close game.
Okay.
Very close game.
Yeah, I remember. Was the final the one where Steph had to?
Yeah, night.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
He sent them. He said he's like shh, croissant, shh.
Wait. That was the Frenchiest word you could think of right off the top.
Shh, croissant.
As an eater, the two don't go together. Because if somebody put a hot croissant in front of me, I'm wide awake.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's a good breakfast. That is a good breakfast meal. Yeah, the Hawks win yesterday. Chicago. Even if the Heat, they would need Chicago to lose the last two. Chicago has, I believe, Washington.
Doesn't it suck when all the teams that you're chasing have an easier schedule than you?
Well, they don't right now. Everybody plays the same crappy teams. The only team that will take on a decent team is Atlanta, but Atlanta's taking on Orlando to finish the season, but Orlando has nothing to play for.
Right.
So, unless they want to play for like a winning record, like if that matters to them. I don't know.
At this point, if you can't move, and this is why I always say to you that every year is on a curve, because you're going to look at, I'm tell you what they're going to say in the West. There's going to be some teams with winning records that don't even make the play-in or don't make the playoffs. And they're going to say, in 10 of the last 15 years, this record would have been top 5. Right? Every year works on the curve. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that. So when we look at records, you can't really the record doesn't really put it in perspective. You have to see how the season went.
Hey, Senor Gato, shut up.
I heard him.
Really? Who hears a cat?
He never talk,s It's weird.
How much noise can a cat make to disturb us?
I don't know. He was just like, he just come up to me. I never hear from you. Usually he's on that chair in the corner. He just never leaves.
He just has a take about the Heat.
Senor Gato has a take.
Bums.
That sounds like a cat that lost some money on the Heat.
Grab a rebound.
Don't even get me started.
I'm now an outside cat.
The West is still stacked, but Golden State moved back into the top 6 with Memphis losing yesterday to the Timberwolves. But Golden State still has to win their last 2. I can't believe this, but we got to root for Joe Cronin tonight. It's a bit of a weird situation.
This is weird.
Cronin.
It's gross, dude. Just gross.
We need him.
That's so crazy.
Golden State is a 14.5-point favorite in Portland tonight. Nobody's better than Scoot.
This man is winning right now. Got an extension the other day. Now Heat fans are rooting for him.
It's tough. It's tough sledding for us right now. But if the Warriors win out, if they win their last two, they'll be out of the play-in. But they do have. I mean, the Trailblazers haven't been an embarrassment, and then they got the Clippers to end. I guess it'll depend if the Clippers have everything locked up for them for their standpoint. They got the Kings tonight. So that'll depend. But they are rolling the Clippers. They've won 6. So if Golden State goes 1-1, Memphis can win the last 2 and sneak past them. So it's still not out of the realm of possibility that playing Jimmy will be a thing again.
Yep.
We'll keep an eye on that one for sure. But as of everybody who's clinched, you get the Rockets. The Lakers are a top 6 team. They'll probably finish top 3.
Yep. They only have to win. They had to win 2 of their last 3, and they won the first one. So they have to win 1 out of 2 to secure the 3 seed.
Yeah, they should be good there. And then Denver, of course, coming off their win when they fired Michael Malone, which everybody just seemed miserable over there. That was the thing. All these reports that come out, I mean, not surprising. You don't do it out of nowhere, but that's the word, is that all the players were miserable there with him. They were sick of him. They were sick of the way he treated, his stars so differently from the others. So it wore thin. It's kind of crazy though, man. Like, I know Pat Riley says this about winning, where you get to the winning and then it almost becomes harder to be happier about stuff. But it's just crazy to me that all these guys win titles and then they're just on the outs.
Yep. I think part of it is this. When you have success doing something, right? Because you hadn't won, you didn't realize the work or the effort or the coaching style that you had during that course of the year. I'm more than sure from the beginning of his tenure till now, he's been pretty consistent with who he is, and Mike Malone. How he coaches, how he plays his players or whatever. And sometimes as a player, you got to appreciate the fact that you are winning and forget about your own personal how I feel. Because if we do everything to accommodate the players to make them feel better, probably not going to win, but they feel good. And I don't care about that. Like, yeah, you think about this. Think about how many people had a problem with Bill Belichick. But they would always follow it up with, I've never been more prepared to play football. And it's just part of the deal.
But even they hit, once, obviously after 2 dynasties, they, Tim and Tom Brady. Tom Brady's just like, I'm sick of this guy. He never gives me props, and it wore thin with him. But in basketball, it just seems like it goes like even quicker.
Right,
like it burns so quick.
Your star player could get up one morning and say, I've had enough. And the star player can make a demand to get out of there and quit playing. And so you got to do something to accommodate them. Right? I get it. I understand all of that. But the reason why that guy is your coach is because he can get the most out of you. And whatever those methods are, if you can't appreciate that, if you have a guy that comes in that's going to be nice to you and not hold you accountable, are you going to be the best version of yourself?
Do you think
That's
Tyler
why
Hero?
I think sometimes McDaniel needs a little bit of red ass behind him. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of coaches who are up front like Mike McDaniel is are terrors at practice.
Do you think that Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo has the squeeze? Do they have the juice to go to Mickey and Pat and be like, I want Spo out?
Nope.
Not saying that they do. I'm just asking if they have it.
No chance, because this organization is built differently. And guess what? They probably won't even have a guy who would suggest that on the team.
Well, I mean, back in the day, the word was that LeBron wanted to do that. He's like, we're not going to be coached by Riley. And D-Wade told him, don't be stupid. Like, what you want Pat Riley to coach us? Really? He's
Wait, D-Wade? I've heard stories. You don't want that smoke.
story. He had him. He had him for
Yeah,
the championship years. He's like, we don't want that. And then terrible idea.
But see how, LeBron had somebody that could say, hey, man, stop with this foolishness, right? And break it down for him. And he respected that. And they moved on, right? Who's going to tell Joker what to do?
Horse.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Or his brothers.
So should Mike Malone have kind of went about it in a certain way? Or when players say you treat the superstars differently, I said, they feeding you too. They feeding you. So if you want the seventh or eighth guy on the rotation and you win a championship, some team gonna come give you more money because of the star that you played with. So
True.
let's not sit here and act and get your feelings hurt as if you don't benefit from the superstar getting special treatment.
I saw a stat yesterday. I haven't checked this, but I just saw it percolating yesterday. Speaking of guys eating off of stars, I saw a stat yesterday, circulatory. I probably should check this, but I won't. I'm just going to let it rip. That Caleb Martin, since being traded to the Dallas Mavericks, has made 2 3-pointers.
I saw him make one the other night.
It must have been his second one.
You know why? Here's why. Because he shoots the ball 10 feet, 7 inches. Do you see how flat he shoots his shot? How do any of them go in?
It is a strange shot. And then he does like a Bruce Lee kick with it too.
But he's so athletic. For a guy that can jump and defend and whatever, it's amazing to me that his jump shot is a bullet.
He's shooting 18% since joining the Mavericks.
Jeez.
18%.
So he just quit shooting the three.
I mean, he missed. It looks like he missed a lot of time, but yeah, like even through, let's call it a dozen to 14 games, 12 games. Yeah, he's made 2 threes. That's
Can Caleb and his brother, like, one of them get like a red bun?
So we know which one's
Because
different.
they have the same exact haircut. They switched teams. So
that's a Morris twins thing. Morris, they had the same tattoos.
By any chance, so Caleb's brother, who's Cody got traded also.
Yeah, where's Cody?
He's a Sun. I had no idea he was a Phoenix Sun.
Right.
He's on the Suns?
That's so right. So when I saw Caleb last night or a couple of nights ago when they played the Lakers, I was thinking to myself, I don't know which Martin this is. And then they said it.
It says a judge should allow Caleb Martin to murder his agent. Oh yeah, you mean because he left Miami with 15 million less guaranteed?
Oh man, something's going on with the Martins since joining the Suns 12 games ago as well.
He's also only played 12 games.
He's also only played 12 games and also only made 2 threes. He's shooting 12% from the three.
That's crazy. All right, we'll take a break. One guy who got traded to the Panthers and scored his first goal yesterday. Ooh! Brad Marchand. Cats get a win. We'll talk about it coming up next. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. It's a Friday. It's a Playa Friday.
Hey, you play a game like that, I got to break out the play.
Let's get to Road to Repeat here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Ooh, how's that taste, Leroy? How's that taste?
Delicious. It tastes, you know what it tastes like? Tastes like Marchand got his first goal.
Ooh-wee.
Gustav Forsling dove in front of another puck and scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And Mackie.
The Mac
doing
Man.
what Mackie does.
Man, what a year he's
You
had.
come on our show.
Jeez.
You come on our show, you're going to do well.
Listen, I think Mueller might want to buy a lottery ticket the way the Panthers mojo is working for this show right now.
Yep.
And yesterday, the Panthers basically put a dagger in the old Detroit Red Wings season yesterday. They were fighting for everything, and the Panthers said, "That's cute," and they smoked them. Smoked them.
Not only that, I was more impressed with. There was probably 2 or 3 minutes where the Panthers couldn't clear the puck, but Detroit wasn't really doing anything either. And Bob was just, I mean, he's the only goalie that sometimes you'll see him and he'll be on his back.
He'll do
waving the
gymnastics.
pad. Like he does all kind of crazy stuff.
I love that about him. Mackie yesterday had a 360 spin goal.
Oh my goodness. Caught him off guard.
I was like, woo!
You know what I'm still amazed at? The redirect.
It's very impressive.
It's like just to put a stick and go, no, go that way. Because keep in mind, these pucks are shot at a minimum of 75, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, it hurts.
And you're plucking it out of the air. My favorite is when the goalie goes.
It's like, damn it. Missed that one. Let me get the call last night. Can we get Doug Plagans on the call last night, Marcos, of Brad Marchand's first Panthers goal on WQAM?
Marchand had it taken away. Now the puck nudged along, but a one-hand feed from Petrie never got to Kane. Back in come the Panthers on the counter. Balinskis in front of chance, and they scored. It's Brad Marchand, his first goal as a Florida Panther, and it gives the Panthers a 3-1 lead with 3:39 to play here in the second. What a setup and what a finish, and Brad Marchand cashes in.
22nd goal of the season, but the first one that mattered.
I don't normally get the goosies for things like this, right? But it goes to show you how guys are when somebody's on their team. You see how happy they were for him?
Yes.
I mean, that I like that. That's what I miss about sports. I don't miss necessarily the success. I miss the sharing of it with the guys you go to battle with.
Dade South says, so is he safe from the Yotes, Tobin? He's safe. He tuned it up.
Okay, Dade South.
A little TTL, baby.
We've been at this for a while. You have been loyal to us every day, making fun of us or whatever. You know damn well the next game, if Marchand does something crazy, Tobin's back. So ask him, is he safe from the Oats?
That's not fair.
It's temporary.
No, I just wanted to see.
He made you feel good right now.
Welcome to the Cats. Welcome to the Cats.
Woo-hoo. I mean, anybody score 82 goals? No.
You sure?
Which means that most hockey players don't score every goal, every game. You, for some strange reason, you want to send people to the Yotes for not scoring every night.
Wayne Gretzky scored 92 goals in 81-82.
You weren't even born. Here, any stat you present to me, your ass had better been alive.
Not fair, dude. You asked if it happened.
That's not, you don't know that. That's called reading.
Did it twice. One time he scored 87.
2 times.
Brett Hull did
Anybody
it.
else?
Brett Hull did it when I was born.
How many goals?
86 in 1991.
Okay.
And Mario Lemieux had 85 when I was pooping my pants.
Right.
In 88, 89.
So there you have it.
College.
No. Who I was. I was playing in the Rose Bowl.
RVA Richie says, Tobin's sports love is not based on merit, but goosies.
Correct.
I don't think that's fair.
He'll fire, if he don't get all warm and fuzzy when he watch you play, then he's sending your ass to the Yotes.
Mackie Samoskevich also scored yesterday. Here is the Panthers rookie's goal.
Down behind the net, it rims around near corner, and Sider bumps Barkov. Puck goes all the way out to the right point. Forsling is there, has it straight on, looks out front. Samoskevich, turn around, shot, he scores! Mackie Samoskevich, top corner, and the Panthers have a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, that was the coolest goal.
Yep.
Because he kind of lulled them to sleep, just swung around and shot it. And they're like, look at how he controlled the puck and was able to get it. I'm like, he wasn't. He was just getting shot on goal.
I wonder how many Michigan Wolverines have won the Stanley Cup. I'm going to look that up.
There's been a couple.
I'm sure there has been, but, I mean, you guys have a good hockey program, but I wonder how many.
Yeah, they usually always in the Frozen Four.
Paul Maurice, this is him on Mackie Samoskevich yesterday. This is what the genius head coach of the Panthers.
Is he going to downplay it a little bit because he's a young fella?
I don't know. We'll hear from him. What does he have to say?
Highly unusual for a young man to cover the distance that he's covered because he was still physical in the game and hard where he needed to be. And he's played now with every single line in every section. Good for him. To his credit, because you don't see young guys come in and learn the hard things and be willing to do the hard things as quickly as he has.
3 Michigan Wolverines have won the Stanley Cup according to Google. Andrew Cogliano, JT Comfer, and Jack Johnson. They all won the cup with the Colorado Avalanche in 2022. That's pretty crazy. So all 3 of them on one team. That must have been a good Wolverines team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so he could be the fourth to do it, but only the second one on the team to do it. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, you got Googled the same way I did.
How many Michigan Wolverines have won the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, because I see that, and then that sentence continues to say these 3 players make the 11th, 12th, and 13th Wolverines to have their names on the cup.
Oh, that is weird. Why does Google suck like that?
It does that now, dude. I'm telling you. It does that now.
Hey.
Yeah.
Because they went to the last Wolverines. But here's what's funny about that. You guys pulled up the same information.
Yep.
Old Tobes.
Old Tobes. Huh? Oh, quick draw Tobes. I'll take it. I'll take my -1. I'll take it. You know what? They Google it. I apologize. Exception for lying. My bad.
And Marcos goes, me and you re-Googled. Totally different. Because my Google says.
Because I've been caught that way.
For deception.
I got caught that way.
I apologize.
Remember when I told you the Heat only had a 9-game losing streak?
Hey, I thought that I was in school with a couple of guys that won the Stanley Cup. And that's why I that sounded weird. That was the most recent.
And all on the same team, though. That also was kind of crazy. All right. Well, Winter Olympic medalist, All-Americans, Wolverines in the NHL. How many have won the damn Stanley Cup? Crazy. Let's hear a little bit from Brad Marchand. This is why he's enjoying his time with the Panthers.
By the way, he's a small dude.
Yeah.
Very small.
I'm just enjoying this whole journey. It's such a unique experience for myself, and I've been part of really good teams that have accomplished big things and some that haven't. And regardless, what you realize is that these opportunities are very few and far between. And you get to enjoy every day in this league, and I'm having a lot of fun right now. The guys are awesome, really starting to build some chemistry with everyone, and just feeling more comfortable every day. It's fun to be part of a winning group and to be out there with these guys right now.
A lot of Michigan Wolverine champions. How about that? Good school.
Good school. I can name all of the schools that University of Denver. Good hockey team.
We did this already. Yeah, we named all the Frozen Four.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we did this bit. And Marchand. This is a little bit more on him on why he loves the Panthers' style of play.
I love the messaging. I think that's one of the biggest things is that the messaging that the team portrays in the room and on the bench is very simple to follow and very direct. And it's a very aggressive style. I mean, that is, kind of how I play. But it's just they put a system together that every guy can follow and every guy can play, regardless of your skill or your talent or your physicality level. The expectations are the same right through the lineup, and the way that it comes across in the room, they get you amped up to want to play the right way, and at the end of the day, they're building for something bigger, and you want to be part of that.
Very cool. And, of course, Panthers doing it yesterday. Still not all the way healthy. We got the word yesterday that Ekblad is now allowed to do team activities to get ready for the postseason. Although it sounds like Maurice is going to keep Seth Jones with Nikola to start things off. He likes their chemistry together.
Right.
And we should be
Plus,
getting...
they're really big.
It also sounds like Kulikov is going to maybe get a game before the postseason as well. So that's good news. And then, of course, we know
They look
Bennett's
good with all those
Bennett's
guys
resting
out.
up.
They still look really good last night.
Take a break. I should also mention Barkey scored yesterday. 20 goals on the season for Barkey.
Wait, did he? Is it? They said he had 10 straight seasons with 20 goals.
That's right.
Crazy.
Take a break. Our Tua is next.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history.
To the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Let's get to our headlines. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock with the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. The Miami Marlins are going to start a 3-game series with the Nationals tonight at 6:40. Then they will play tomorrow at 4:10 and Sunday at 1:40. I believe multiple reports say that Sandy should go tomorrow for those interested. Also tomorrow, and you can hear this on WQAM, the Miami Hurricanes spring game is tomorrow. So, oh, come on, dude. What do you mean? What is that?
I didn't like playing in the spring game.
Oh,
why would I go enjoy watching it?
Well, I think it's on campus. I was reading in Barry Jackson. This has become a new thing. Nobody's televising their spring games anymore because they're worried about competitive reasons, which I am like, dude, do me a favor, football coaches. You don't need to be so paranoid, okay?
You don't do any. Listen, when you play in the spring game, it's basic football anyway. There's no game plan against your defense. You're running standard plays. So anybody who says that has to be kidding.
I don't know.
So what's the difference? Televised, they don't want to give a competitive advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody can go see it.
Anybody could go see it. I mean, it's
right.
I think the tickets are all gone. So I mean, if like there's a Connor Stallions of Notre Dame who wants to be like, hey, you know, he's gotta already have a ticket because I think it's on campus this year.
But I'm just saying, here's what I hate about sports. Fans, coaches, and talking heads have taken a game that pits one athletic person against another one and made it all about scheme as if the talent doesn't matter.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because that's all they talk about is, we don't want to let them know what we're running. Really?
They do have a new defense coming this year, thank God.
But here's the kicker. You do realize before every game, you have to send the other team all of your tape.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But is there, if you have a new defense, like what tape do you have? Like you have to send practice tape?
No practice tape.
Just game tape.
Game tape.
All right.
Where did the other coach come from? I'll tell you exactly what.
Minnesota.
So when anybody who plays the Canes, when they prepare for the Canes, they will watch Minnesota defense tape.
They can't be like sending tape like back in the old days, like FedEx style. They probably have a database like they used like now.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying, like you have access to.
I picture you like back in the day, like some kid had to pick up the rolls of film.
FedEx. You get it comes the week before.
Film's not the same, man. Like film back in the day, it's not the same without that spool.
Oh yeah. I went from the spool to The VHS.
Ooh.
Wow.
We didn't have iPads.
Be kind, rewind.
You guys don't know this. I used to cut audio that way. You used to take the strips of audio, you cut it with a razor, and then you put it together.
You didn't do that.
Lend told me that. That's what he said. He was gonna throw those stories out there. Back in my day, we used to have to.
I'm just trying to picture Lynn on the radio.
Nah, it seems like more of a producer guy.
I feel like Len back in the day probably was like doing classic rock, and he was like, "All right, coming at you. We get the lead out," and then he's just like, "Hey guys, like off the air." Coming up now, we got a double dip here of Metallica right here on 105 The Wolf.
And you think Lynn's doing all that?
Yeah, I think he did.
No.
Then as soon as he gets off,
Len has this just like this Rolodex of being a voice actor. We don't know about it.
He's like, here's what I say. Hey guys, here comes a little Led Zeppelin.
Oh man, the Masters. It's day 2 right now. What do we have, Leroy, from Augusta?
Let me go to my leaderboard.
Leaderboard.
Justin Rose had a bogey, so he's at 7. He's where he started.
Good. He needs to be humbled.
Ludwig Oberg is at 5.
I don't like that. That's not good.
Bryson DeChambeau, 4 under.
Damn it. He was the
Connors
one
and
guy.
Scheffler at 4 under. They haven't teed off yet. Sung J M is 3 under.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a few 2 unders. McCarty, Rasmus Højgaard, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Victor Hovland, Shane Lowry, all at
Lowry.
and Rye, English Day haven't teed off yet. Any movers on the day? Let's see. No, mostly everybody. Matsuyama, he eagled 2, so he went from +1 to -1.
You know what they say? This is the brunch group. Which, I mean, speaking of, if you like brunch, what should you do if you were looking for something to do for brunch tomorrow?
I got something to tickle your fancy, Leroy.
You do?
A brunch game show at the Miami Improv tomorrow.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So is that like trivia? What are you doing? Like, what is the game?
You know, you never know what's going to happen at a Best Damn Game Show, but I could give you a little sneak peek. I got the inside track there. We're going to be giving away over $1,000 in prizes.
Wow.
Price is Right. We're going to have our own adult Easter egg hunt. You ever been on those cruise ships and they're like, find me a hole or a sock with a hole in it, and you got to run around the room and do crazy things? You never know what's going to happen, dude. Drink specials also.
Justin Rose just birdied. He's back to 8 under.
Cool.
Is that good for us?
Nah, we didn't pick him, but Leroy's got Oberg, who's like right there.
I got Oberg. I have Rory, who's
he's back to under.
Let me see. I took a flyer on Russell Henley, and after scouring through,
he is +7.
+7. He trunk slam. He's out.
You're done.
Let me see what Sahith is doing. I think he's right around 1. Fleetwood is even par.
Not winning in a landslide.
The Gala is 1 under. So I got right now, I have 3 of my 5 golfers under par, and 1 is in second.
I got my Australian duo going off of this afternoon with Min Woo Lee and Cameron Smith.
Yeah. I like Cameron Smith. He's a good player.
We'll take a break. When we come back, something made me really sad as a Dolphins fan yesterday. Tell you about it next.
The Heater in the last
Señoras y señores, yes. Bienvenidos.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Hey, Leroy, can I get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, your accidentattorneys.com? Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Demesman and Dover. Yeah, you ain't gonna need Demesman and Dover. One big happy family. Okay. We got a light breeze. It's barely moving. It is partly cloudy and cooler. It's been cooler the last couple of mornings. I would say right now it's right around 80 degrees. The winds are coming out of, looks like the west. And again, I would say 5 miles an hour, if that. And it is partly cloudy, but I don't see any rain. So that about does it. Nice day.
How you do, Frog Boy?
He did excellent. We got mostly cloudy skies at the moment. Winds from the west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Could dip as low as 64 tonight, maybe even 61 tomorrow morning.
Man, he's a golfer, ladies and gentlemen. He's a golfer. This made me sad yesterday. Calais Campbell was introduced back into the hearts of the Arizona Cardinals. And I got to tell you, I saw it on my timeline. And
they loved him.
It immediately made me very, very sad.
It means a lot, bringing back a lot of memories, that's for sure. Even just walking through the building, it's just like so many memories pouring out of me. This is where I got my start. This is the team that believed in me and gave me the opportunity to live out my dream. And, here we are, all these years later, and they still believe in me, still giving me the opportunity to live out my dream. So, I'm one of those guys that love this game so much. I kind of have to wake up and pinch myself like, is this real? I still get to play football, but I feel like I'm still good at it, still dominant, and I feel like I can really help this team. A lot of talent all over the place. And, I feel like, the value I could bring is going to make a big difference. At least I hope so. So, roll up my sleeves and, get my hands dirty and do the best I can.
Awesome. So glad the Dolphins didn't bring him back. What a guy.
You know what's crazy about that?
What a me guy.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about that? That's a guy right there that has never not been productive. Yet for some reasons, he doesn't get paid because he's old. Right? But the film don't lie. I'm having a hard time believing that people have discarded this man and say we can't afford him or he's getting older without turning on the tape and say, I think he can help us.
That really, really stung yesterday seeing him.
You only had him for 1 year, though.
I know, but it was a bit, it was a big
Big
year from him, and he's just the voice of the team. It sucks. And also, I feel bad for Zach Sealer. Like, Zach Sealer's got to sit here, and he lost his best friend in Christian Wilkins. Then he has new best friend, and he keeps losing his best friends.
Yeah.
These two, Zach Sealer's just like, who do I got here now? Benito Jones or some rookie?
Great.
I mean, it's amazing that Zach Sealer is the guy on that line now.
I know.
When
That's
they brought
crazy.
him in, he was just a side note.
Are you living in a trailer, man? Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Hey,
He wasn't living in a trailer. Dude, some of them mobile homes cost $1 million.
Dude, I saw the trailer. It wasn't that fancy a trailer.
Oh, okay.
He's put pictures of it. It's not like the nicest.
Did he have it hitched up to a dually?
I think he lived in the parking lot. Hey, that new defensive lineman again, he's literally chopping wood out there.
He's going to be the first to the office. Why? Because he need to come in and take a shower.
Oh, man. By the way, some goosies yesterday as far as some names that the Dolphins had visiting. One, which is really cool, Mason Taylor, Jason Taylor's son, tight end, LSU. He had a visit with the Miami Dolphins.
Goosies.
And then I saw yesterday Bobby.
Now, you know what's crazy about him?
What's up?
Didn't he run like a 4.5? 4.4, something like that?
I don't think I'm seeing a 4.6.
One of the tight ends, was it? No, it was Aronde's son.
Was it Aronde's son? Did Aronde run a 4.5?
Aronde didn't. His son did.
Aronde Gadsden's son ran a 4.5. You know what's crazy though? His son is like Mason, and I'm not trying to pit Dolphins legends against each other. Mason is the 4th ranked tight end behind Arroyo, Elijah Arroyo from the Canes, and then Aronde Gadsden the second is down to like the 13,
which is crazy.
I
don't understand.
So it could be a big value play there,
unless they're treating him like a wide receiver.
Maybe, I don't know, but he is. That's according to ESPN's rankings right now. Obviously, Tyler Warren, the top guy, everybody is looking at. Then Colston Loveland, who is not a porn star.
Yep, he's Michigan guy.
Good name. If you were a porn star, or
Michigan has put out some pretty good tight ends. Except the guy that got hurt. Remember the guy got hurt in the bowl game?
Yeah, the Butts. Wasn't that Butts?
Butts, yeah. But I think he's playing.
Let's see. 40 time. I don't trust you anymore, AI. No disrespect. I'm seeing 4.6 for him as well.
Really? Okay.
4.6. But Mason Taylor visiting with the Dolphins. And then I saw Bobby Shouse, even though I call him Bobby Shoes, from the Dive Bar podcast. He said that Xavier Restrepo had a visit with the Dolphins as well. That's kind of goosies.
Yeah.
I mean,
hands.
Not for nothing.
He had a rough 40 time.
Oh, rough 40 time for sure.
But he said he had a bad hammy. I kind of believe, dude, there's no way he ran a 4.9.
I'm glad he did, because he's going to drop because of that. And
I had to run my 40 in adverse conditions because it was the only year, if you check, the only year in NFL history they had so many underclassmen that came out that they had another combine. So they had a second combine. However, when they scheduled it in Indianapolis, Farm Aid was going on. So in, I want to say March or early April, we had to run it outside and it was freezing.
I just don't understand. Like, he was so clearly, I know Arroyo is a dangerous weapon too, but Xavier Restrepo was the best weapon for Cam Ward, who's going to go number 1.
Because you're the best on your team doesn't mean you're the best.
But you don't think he can play in the league?
I do think he can play.
People are like writing his ass off because of this damn 40 time.
No, like, and here's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get a good value pick. See, I remember when I had my pro day, I ran a 40 and tweaked my hammy, so I didn't do nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And that turned a lot of teams off, right? But Cleveland took me in the second round. And I kept track of it. I was the 10th or 11th running back taken. And there's only one running back in my draft that played longer than me. And you know who that was?
Who?
Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith.
Boom.
Correct. The only
I thought that was too easy an answer. I thought maybe like you sneakily got like one more game than Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, right.
No, he played 5 more years than me.
Cardinals Emmitt Smith.
Yo. Ooh. So, like, it's weird how this goes. Like, that's why I'm real hesitant in putting so much stock in the combine, because you should be able to turn on the game film and see how he separates and whatever. Now, in fairness to the organizations, the reason why you need those numbers is because the guys that are covering you in college aren't NFL players. So you need some type of number as far as acceleration, speed, or whatever, that you can take that player and project him at the next level. So that's why that stuff matters. But the most important thing should be the game film.
Thing I'm looking at right now that I know is going to make Leroy crazy, but we're going to draft this dude from North Dakota State, this guard, and Leroy's going to be like, what? But he's the second-ranked guard. Gray Zabel.
What?
That's his name.
Gray
Zabel.
Zabel with a Z?
Yeah.
I feel like we just got
Dude, if you're a guard, I'm telling you right now,
Ukrainian lumberjack.
if you're a guard in one of the Dakotas, you can guard. Like, that's just a man. That's
No,
just
that's
you're
not- no.
it's true. You're just fortified in the trenches.
Okay. Well, listen to this.
6'6", 312.
Here, can I ask you this question? And I'll ask you this. I make you a GM. Would you take the second-ranked guard from South Dakota State,
North Dakota
State, or would you take the fifth-rated guard from Alabama?
I think I take the second. This guy's 6'6", 312. Okay, started 41 games.
Okay, but who's he played against?
Trenches are trenches, dude.
No, that's not true.
Trenches are trenches.
Listen, some trenches are different, because a trench where you never have to deal with a defensive lineman that runs a 4.5 or 4.6 and is 290, right? You don't deal with that at North Dakota State. So, whereas he's dominant, and I'm not questioning his abilities, when a guy plays for one of these major universities and he's blocking against other NFL talent every week, he seems to get a leg up on me. I'm not saying that he's going to be better. I'm not saying the guy from North Dakota State's not going to be awesome. But I'm saying, let's use the same thing we use with Restrepo. When I turn on the game film, if he's dominating a 260-pound defensive lineman, because that's all he's facing, versus a guy playing in the SEC or the Big Ten, where they run the ball, but this guy is playing against other NFL talent.
But isn't that the case like against like Genty? Like Genty had the one bad game against Penn State. Everyone's holding it over his head.
But here's the difference, though. As a running back, regardless of who you play, right? You can judge making guys miss, breaking tackles, running with physicality. Those are things you can see at any level. Now, granted, everybody can say he wouldn't have ran for those yards in the SEC, which, again, he's also got the SEC line. You see what I'm saying? So, but the skill set is the skill set. You ain't gonna, if you turn on the tape and watch him break tackles and watch him accelerate and watch him take it the distance, those things carry, especially for a running back or, say, a receiver that has great ball skills. For example, Randy Moss. He went to Marshall. Nobody questioned whether he was the best receiver or not, even though he went to Marshall, and he wasn't dealing with DBs that he may face on Sunday.
Luis says Vita Vea tossed our guy like 10 yards. Vita Vea tosses everybody 10 yards.
Let me tell you something. Vita Vea.
He's Vita Vea.
Right. He looks like he looks like the type of guy that he goes to the sideline and pulls a lamb chop out of his sock and snacks. Right?
Take a break. We'll tickle Leroy's fancy coming up next.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop massive
fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to tickle Leroy.
He is tickled.
Yes, I did have a cold brew with an extra shot of espresso today. Why do you ask? Woo! Friday. All right, Leroy, let us go through a very versatile weekend slate.
I'm ready.
Tonight, the Miami Heat take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Tickle your fancy?
Yeah, I watch. I just want to see them.
Tickled.
I just want to see them build on something and not be so erratic.
I don't want to see them build. I actually think Bam Adebayo should take the next 2 games off. His back, Duncan's back, Andrew Wiggins' hammy. You got a big game next Wednesday. Sit him through it and give me a lot of Keyshawn Johnson. Give me a lot of Josh Christopher. Let me see the Sioux Falls guys. It matters not.
Don't you need to play a certain way to win next Wednesday, though?
You need your back to work. I need to give the guys off an entire week. That's what you should do. And you want to know something?
And then when they score 10 points in the first quarter, what is your response going to be?
I mean, I'm already like, it is what it is. Who does it? Could you imagine what a loser I'd sound like? Unless Bam Adebayo scores 60 points against the Pelicans, what the hell could happen tonight with your regular players that matters?
You got to build something.
What?
Like they need reps together.
Get out of here. They have, trust me, they got reps.
Okay.
They got reps.
I got you.
Gotta have reps against Eve Meese. Name a Pelican.
What?
Name a Pelican who played in the last game. I rest my case.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Koa Misi, huh?
Former Dolphins linebacker Koa Misi
plays for the Pelicans now.
Eve Meese. I saw yesterday Zach Lowe said that he's got Kalel Ware on his first team all rookie. Happy for Kalel. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Is Ashashe or Rishishe going to win the Rookie of the Year?
No, I think Steven Castle's the runaway. That's who took our money.
Oh, really?
Leroy.
Yes.
Also tonight,
Mhm.
the Marlins take on the Nationals. First of a 3-game set. Does the fish tickle your fancy?
No.
Why not?
Because you know how I am with my sports. I like to pay attention to one thing, and I'm already going to be doing Heat Masters.
All right. Fair enough. Tomorrow, Leroy, day 3 of the Masters. Does that tickle your fancy?
Moving day, baby. Moving day.
My fancy is tickled.
That is what they call it. They call it moving day.
What? Oh, because people are
making a move there, Frog Boy.
That's where you try to position yourself for a Sunday charge, or you shoot yourself out of it. But
trunk slam?
You can't trunk slam if you make it to Saturday. Trunk slam is on Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Leroy, tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
at 4:00, although our coverage starts at 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Miami Hurricanes spring game. Tickle your fancy? Where did he go? What are you looking at? Don't laugh. What do you mean, dude?
I was looking to see what month it was.
It's April.
Yeah.
Fancy, not tickled.
If you guys fancy is tickled by the Hurricanes spring game, 3:00 tomorrow. Joe Zagacki, the whole crew get you going with their coverage of the Miami Hurricanes spring game, which our starting quarterback is not playing in because he's resting his arm from being too horny, apparently.
So horny. God. He has embraced Miami.
Wow. Although good quarterback. You see, he took the whole team to prime.
Hey,
Oh, that's nice.
all I know is that Astron got to him in 3 minutes.
Astron got to him faster than a pass rusher.
Yeah. Quick release.
But I mean, you take the team to
Astron ran a bubble screen on his ass.
Astron meet Pastron.
That's a point. Pretty good.
For Tobin!
Leroy, tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The Florida Panthers take on the Buffalo Sabres. Does that tickle your fancy?
Now, here's where it gets a little skewed. I might go to MMA. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Would you kindly unmute yourself?
Really?
Yeah.
You're going.
Yeah.
I like it. Good for you.
No promises.
You don't.
So was it a choice that you didn't want to go to this one, or was it just too hectic? Because I know last time was very hectic.
No, it was a choice. Like I could make moves to make it happen, but I was just like, I'm good. We've gone the last couple, and
really best seat is at the house.
They've sat me way up in the nosebleeds the last two times.
Oh my goodness, dude. So here's the cool thing, and here's the terrible thing. They sat us up in the nosebleeds, food and everything, but you couldn't see nothing.
Well, they did that the first time. The second time they sat you up in the nosebleeds, no food.
Right.
So
and then what about the time when we were at the Kaseya Center? We were ringside.
No, when we were at the Panthers place when it first came back. So like, yeah, I'm just, Marcos, I'm just, we've talked to everybody this week. We've gotten everybody from the card.
Yeah.
We've done all the coverage. I don't think I'm into going there on a Saturday night till 3 a.m. And covering the fight, especially to sit up in the craziness of the Kaseya Center up in the perch. So
Marcos,
I was like, you know what? I'm sitting this one out.
You know what the cool thing is about going to the fights in Vegas?
What?
They're done at 9:00.
Oh yeah,
that is good.
That's true.
Now, the prelims start at 1.
Yeah,
which nobody's there. No, they don't like in Vegas. They don't even start collecting until like what? 5, 6?
Schmeathan says, wow, sounds fat cattish to me. You get one little announcing job and too good to sit with the people. It's not that. Although I will say,
I understand.
There's nothing that's going to be cooler than like when it was doing dirty boxing and then like in the midst of the card, John Bones Jones just walks up and daps you up. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm seeing Andre Arlovsky throw bows right to somebody's grill and squirting blood. So, and then honestly, I am boots on the ground the next morning. I'm going to the Heat game.
Oh yeah, that's
I had originally planned this. I thought there'd be steaks and juice to this game. There's not.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm still going to go to the Heat finale. It just felt like with this year, I don't even know if they'll even be back, Marcos. It could be the last home game of the season,
True.
So I am going.
In order for them to come back to the Kaseya Center, they have to win 2 games.
Yes. No, well, yes. They have to, for the right to come back to the Kaseya Center, which would probably be in 2 weeks for game 3.
Oh my
God. So I'm covering
season been, but heartbreak.
So I'm not covering UFC, but I will be boots on the ground on Sunday for the Heat and Wizards.
Nice.
For Keyshawn Johnson Day.
Yeah.
Which is what I've been waiting for. I love Keyshawn Johnson. I've been waiting for this kid to do windmill dunks in a game all season long. I can't wait.
He's Pella Larson's teammate, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
wingspan, dude. Wingspan. Ooh. Date South says Tobin goes to all the Temu games. I like Leroy said, it doesn't matter who they're playing to me. I'm there to see the Heat.
Kinda.
So that's what.
Kind of, because here's what happens. And this is the honest truth about Tobin. When all of the Timu guys are playing, he can't be as critical because, well, you get what you get.
Yep.
But when the stars play, you certainly seem like you are more critical.
Hard to say.
No, it ain't hard to say.
Luis says there's going to definitely be less traffic versus the Wizards. That's fair. A 1 o'clock Wizards game. So anyway, that was my plan for the weekend. Anyway, let's get to it. UFC 314, Leroy.
Yes.
Does this card, Alexander the Great Volkanovski against Diego Lopes, does this fight card tickle your fancy?
Yes, but here's the problem. Being able to stay up.
Ooh.
Oh, good luck, dude.
I know. Dude, you know how many bills I've gotten where I've ordered a fight and haven't seen it? It's like...
But, dude, it's going to be so cool. Once the crowd starts going, oh, Paddy the Bad. Like, oh, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. And you're going to have a bunch of crazy fans there for Yair Rodriguez and Patricio Pitbull. I mean, it's going to be a scene. You got to go. If you're going to be in the atmosphere there, that's the way to go, dude. You're going to have a hell of a time. You should go.
I got beef with all incredible Volk.
Why?
You know, this guy should have known. Too laid back. Did a comedy event this week, a couple days ago, actually, at a place called 9 Feet Under. Remember I told you I did a comedy debate against a MMA fighter. I'm like, you recognize this guy by any chance? You're like, nah, I've never seen this guy ever. Apparently friends with Volk. So he's friends with my sworn comedy enemy, dude.
So you lost the competition.
Well, yeah, it was rigged. He threatened to put the judges in headlock, dude. Like, what? As a judge, I would have respectfully picked him as well.
Jay Gatto says the old hate late fights.
I hate late fights too.
Hey, not for nothing. The old also hate late dinners.
That's true. They hate late everything.
Man, I tell you what, I don't know what it is about getting older, but when I was younger, you go eat dinner at 8:30. Now, 5:30.
I was looking at betting on it too, right? Because I'm trying to put a parlay together, but it's like I feel very chalky with most of these.
Wow. Okay.
So it's no good.
I mean, I can get it up to like plus 1,000 because for the 4 guys I like. The one dog I really like is Patricio Pitbull. I think Patricio Pitbull is going to come in here, and I think he's going to knock Yair Rodriguez out. And I like Yair Rodriguez. I just think Patricio Pitbull, like he's a Bellator guy, he's older, but it feels like every time in his career, he beat Michael Chandler, he's beaten AJ McKee. Like every time somebody's like, oh, this guy's too old, he's washed, he gets a knockout. And I just feeling like him knockout plus 700 against Yair Rodriguez. I just think he's going to catch him. I know Yair's got like the speed of a demon. Like he's so good and he can throw ninja kicks and up elbows. Like his up elbow knockout's one of the greatest of all time. But something's that Pitbull, that dog's singing to me.
What is wrong with you?
We'll take a break. Back with more after this.
Midday sports and silly sauce.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Happy Friday to everybody out there. J Fig and her pup Scoob, they got a 4-pack of tickets to you every day this week for Bark at the Park with the Marlins and Nationals. It is Sunday, so if you're going to try and win today, make sure that you can go. It is Sunday, to try and give those away. So keep on listening, and we'll give you a chance to win before the end of today's program. And let's get the headlines. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Leroy, hello, friends. What do we have? Let's get a little look at the Masters Day 2 of Augusta. What do we got for us?
Got a couple of movers. Justin Rose is he's at 8 under. Bryson DeChambeau now at 6 under. McCarty is at 4 under. Sung J M 4 under. Rasmus Højgaard 3 under. Matthew Fitzpatrick 3 under. Oberg 3 under. And then Connors and Scheffler haven't teed off. They're at 4 under. Neither has Tyrrell Hatton. Victor Hovland is at 2 under. And you got a couple of 2-unders that haven't teed off yet. But other than that, it's like a couple under is really the only. I think the biggest mover of the day is Bryson DeChambeau. He's at 3 under. I'm sorry. McCarty he started off at +1. He's now 4 under. So that's -5. That's the biggest mover of the day.
Come on, Koepka. Let's get it together, dude.
And let's see what old Brooksy's doing.
He's
1 over.
He's 1 over. He's -1 for the day through 8. I see it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him.
There's a McCarty and a McCarthy.
Well, the name that got me was Rasmus.
Yeah, and wait, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
It's the first brothers. I don't know if they're twins or not. I think they may be twins. They're playing in the same they're playing in the Masters together. It's Rasmus and Nicholas.
Nicholas doesn't sound as cool. Rasmus sounds like he can be Thor's brother. Like Thor, Loki, Rasmus.
So maybe. Let me see where his brother is.
I see my boy Schauffele. He's -2 for the day. So that's good. Let's get back up to
Nicholas. Yeah, he's struggling. The cut line is projected at 1 over.
Fred Couples was under par yesterday.
And let me see if I can find him.
Because
usually with the old guys, what happens is they get really tired really quick.
The old get tired, but he doesn't tee off. He tees off in like 3 minutes.
Okay.
He tees off in 3 minutes. Minwoo Lee tees off at 1 o'clock. I got him.
Yeah.
Bubba somewhere with his tears is even today.
Yep. So
Bubba gave us the most dismissive, like, I want nothing to do with you wave when we were at Live. He's like, whenever you do like one of these, but it doesn't get above your hip, that's like, don't bother me. Don't bother me.
I have all the respect in the world for a guy who golfs with 70,000 on his wrist.
Did you ever get a Range Goats hat? Did you settle on getting a Range Goats hat?
I got the white one with the pink and it looks like a Miami Heat jersey.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
that. But
I
see some of the stuff they're wearing. I didn't have access to that.
Oh no. Who we got here?
And by the way, not for nothing, Live shirts and pullovers or whatever, not cheap.
No, they are not. You know what's weird too? The brand ones were even more expensive than the team ones, which I was like,
right.
Who's just rocking a Live logo? That's kind of strange. Don't you got to pick a team? And that's the whole point of it.
That's the whole point. That's why
like me walking around with an NBA shirt.
when we perused the merchandise tent, we not only looked at the logos, but we looked at who was on the team.
Right. What else we got? So other headlines, the Panthers, we'll get into some cat talk coming on up, but they win yesterday 4-1. Brad Marchand, first goal with the Panthers. They're back in action tomorrow against the Sabres. The Heat, they will take on the Pelicans at 8 o'clock. By the way, you guys might want to hit the Heat Twitter account. If you are a New Orleans listener to us, maybe you're a fan of Leroy's, maybe you just are tune in. We got people all over the country tune in on YouTube, Twitch, and the Odyssey app. But if for any of us, any of our Louisiana listeners, it looks like the Heat are trying to give away some road tickets tonight. So you might want to hit up their Twitter account. Check it on out, everybody. Check it on out.
I mean,
what is this?
Hold on.
What?
Let me just say this.
You get like an allotment of tickets.
No. Hold on. Before you get too into it.
Okay.
There's people that don't want to go to Heat basketball games because of the up and down nature of this season. Right? You honestly think with nobody playing for the Pelicans, somebody want to go watch them play?
100%, Leroy. First of all, I could give away free tickets to anything, and I will get a full boat of calls. I literally could give it to, if the Miami Heat are going to go out there and wave to you.
Caller number 5, whack-a-mole.
I will literally get a full boat of calls. People like free stuff. I'm just doing a solid.
Okay.
You want to see your favorite team. Maybe you want to see Calais Ware in action in person. That's why they're asking. So 100%.
Okay.
He's right. Sometimes people call and they're like, what did I win?
Yeah.
Right.
People.
I got you.
The Browns, they signed Joe Flacco.
Whoa! Big move.
He's back, Leroy.
Here we go.
Congrats, man. I'm happy for you.
On the up and up.
Let me just say this.
Congrats.
Joe Flacco is like Jameis. Small doses. If you're expecting him to be quarterback for the whole season, you know, and I know, which Jameis and which Flacco is going to eventually show up. That's terrifying.
I'm just letting you know. He's back. Congratulations.
I know. I like Joe Flacco. I think the thing that Joe Flacco and Jameis Winston have in common is that they are very aggressive and throw the ball down the field, which is awesome. If if you're a fan of your team, you want to see them push the ball down the field. However, you also have in the back of your head what's coming.
It's a time bomb. You never know. You never know when it's going to come get you.
It could come after 3 weeks. It could come after 4 weeks. But we all know it's coming.
I just want to let everybody know, if you think that I've lost my fastball when it comes to Petty, you're sorely mistaken. And man, did I enjoy these videos of Mark Cuban during Luka Dončić's return to Dallas, because he looked absolutely miserable.
Wow.
That's good.
Hey, Mark,
look at him.
For that reason, so sad.
Wow. Look at you.
He's literally shaking his head.
Yeah. He's a broken man.
That's great.
Hey, look, Mark.
Is he sitting behind the Lakers bench?
I don't know.
No, because that jersey, there was a lot of Luka Lakers jerseys.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, that's what the sale money's for.
You know what's amazing? When I went back to Cleveland, so we played in the first preseason game at a new stadium, right? And when I went back, got nothing but applause and whatever. And I scored the first touchdown. And they celebrated like I was on the Browns. And that was weird, but I get it, right? The fact that you basically had the Lakers playing a home game because of the Lakers fans, the Luka fans, and all the rest just hated Nico.
Well, here's the thing that's interesting about it, though, Leroy, right? You're Mark Cuban, all right? The Dallas Mavericks for 20 years have been synonymous with basically Mark Cuban and Dirk Nowitzki. Then you draft this Slovenian unicorn, and you're like, wow, we have the perfect heir apparent. And you think, wow, I'm going to sell this chunk of the team, but this guy says he's going to keep me around. I'm going to have power over this. I'm going to still be in the basketball operations. This is what they're doing in Boston, too, which good luck, Boston. Brad Stevens going to be hightailing it out of there real soon. Honeymoon's over. Anyway, do you think Mark Cuban, right now, I could tell him today, he can give the money back and get Luka back? Would he do it?
Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban. If Mark Cuban could give the money back,
yes,
and make the Luka trade go away, would he do it?
Because as a business guy, you're looking at the long-term benefits of it. But I would say this, and I'm starting to believe this more and more. Nico could put whatever twist he wants on it, right? But the fact that he shows his face the way he does means that it wasn't his decision. And I personally think that somebody above Nico came down and said, we don't want to pay him $300 million. Simple as that. And I think that's how that played out. Because, first of all, it just seemed out of nowhere. And second of all the reasons they gave were basically trashing Luka to mask the real reason why they didn't want to keep Luka. Because listen, Joel Embiid plays 30 games a year and they max him out every other year.
Like Mark Cuban, though, would pay Luka out of the $3.5 billion that he made from selling his stake of the Mavericks. You don't think he would have paid Luka his $300+ million?
Right, but that's, see, I would say that Mark Cuban understands the cost of doing business.
I don't think he did, because here's what I think.
He had something to do with that?
No, I'm saying Mark Cuban probably thought in this spot, right? Because this guy is like, he's the most public owner in the NBA up to the point where he sold the Mavericks, right? And he's pushed aside. That's you're like, dude, he would sit on the bench. He's basically sitting there like he's part of the coaching staff when this is happening. You know, he's kind of like the Jerry Jones of basketball. Mm-hmm. Like that's how public he is. Mm-hmm. And he probably thought in his right mind, all right, I'm selling this team. I get control, but even if I don't have control, no one's going to be dumb enough to trade this guy.
Right.
No one's going to be dumb enough to do that.
It was so out of the blue that it leads you to believe that somebody just said, I don't want to give this guy $300 million. And they tried to come up with, and Nico being the company guy, right? We've seen it in business. The person speaking is not the person making the decision.
Like from what I understand, like hearing from Mark Stein on this stuff, who's like tied in with Dallas, and I'm no big fan of his because he said a lot of bad things about D-Wade, so he can kiss my ass. But also, I didn't get back to Robbie. But also, he's saying that Nico kind of went like, no, this was Nico's decision and the owner doesn't really know basketball, the new owner.
Oh, wow. And he decided, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me take a deep breath when I say this. So, with guys like Zion, with guys like you lose Jimmy, you look at the money Jimmy got, with guys like Joel Embiid, with guys like who they just signed, the Philadelphia Paul George.
Yeah.
With guys like that who are getting maxed out, right? You're telling me of all those guys, you have the healthiest of all of them and might be better than them and plays more than them.
And you traded
and that wasn't good enough for you.
And you traded for Anthony Davis because you did his shoes back at Nike.
Oh.
Stuff. So I'm saying you're Mark Cuban today. You have to give back $3.5 billion, but the Luka trade never happens.
Yeah, because in 2 years you can make more money with Luka.
One would think.
Because think about this. Soon as you got rid of Luka and got Anthony Davis, the value of your company dropped.
Yeah.
Not only that, the fan base you had in Europe.
Oh, they're saying that it nuked to the tune of 9 figures easily of everything they've lost, well into the 9 figures. And not only that, apparently they tried to do a lot of sponsorships the night of Luka's return, and Luka's camp went behind the scenes and said, nope, nuke it. Don't do those deals.
Right.
We're not making the Mavericks any money.
Agreed. Now that you know what? No. You are not gonna dump me like garbage and then want me to help you make money? Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's good. I hope you enjoyed that, Mark Cuban. I hope that $3.5 billion, when you already had $3.5 billion, feels good. Yeah, you drink that in.
Personally, I don't think he'd I see him, making it about him, pouting on the sideline. Of course,
shocking, right? Yeah, Mark Cuban making it about him,
of course. But the rich really like money.
The rich do like money. That is true.
I'm not sure if he would give it up. Clearly, he needed it at that point for some reason. I don't know what.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. But crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, take a break. Back up to this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get to some cat talk here, brought to us by Hollywood Kia. At Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment we want to see in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online at hollywoodkia.com. The Panthers yesterday win over the Detroit Red Wings 4-1. Brad Marchand scoring his first goal as a Florida Panther. For those who didn't hear it in the first hour, Marcos, can you give us the call last night from Doug Plagans on WQAM as Brad Marchand now in the score sheet with the Cats?
Marchand had it taken away. Now the puck nudged along, but a one-hand feed from Petrie never got to Kane. Back in come the Panthers on the counter. Balinskis in front of chance, and they scored. It's Brad Marchand, his first goal as a Florida Panther, and it gives the Panthers a 3-1 lead with 3:39 to play here in the second. What a setup and what a finish, and Brad Marchand cashes in.
Yeah, that's good. That feels good.
That does feel good.
It does feel good. Make a Boston fan cry, right?
Oh, man, so good.
Send that to a Bruins fan, everybody. Drink that in.
I mean, I wonder if they're going to do the same damn thing they did with, like, Luka. He wasn't that good.
I don't know. I mean, he was old. I mean, I guess the difference is Marchand's old, at least, like Luka 25. I mean, just
that's unheard of, right?
It's even with the Jimmy thing, right? It's like I was a sucker. I wanted to pay him, but at least you're like, all right, well, he is 36. Like, eventually, you just got to hope they don't win the championship this year, and then you feel pretty safe about it.
I don't think like that. I don't care. Like, he wasn't going to do that for the Heat. That had already been established. So who cares what he does on another team?
Ridiculous topic by you, but that's fine. Terrible take.
No, it's
I've
not.
already told you. I mean, listen, unless he's playing Boston or New York, you can't have him win a championship. Can't do it. Even if you think Steph's adorable.
I don't have that same level of petty that you
Of course you don't. You're not a normal sports fan. You don't know how to do it. Except when it comes to Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God.
Hates Aaron Rodgers.
Really hate that guy.
Trust me.
You're the worst.
Man, Pittsburgh and Cleveland's going to have a little more juice for Leroy this year. Little extra juice in the fruit. You know what I'm saying? He hates Aaron Rodgers.
Hates twice. Have to play him twice.
Speaking of somebody looking forward to the playoffs, Seth Jones. You have this, Marcos? Marcos, Seth Jones looking forward to getting back in the playoffs after being with the terrible Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, did he's looking? Oh, okay.
In so many words, yeah, he kind of did.
Wait, I love the way we have a cut from the guy actually talking, and you say something that he did not say.
You hear what he said. You tell me what he said.
A little bit. I'm not going to lie. The cliche thing, take it one day at a time, one game at a time here. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. But I think I am looking forward to playing playoff hockey again. It's been a few years now. So, I understand the intensity that comes with that. The stakes every game, every single play, every single shift. So I'm super excited.
Did I take liberties? I don't think I did.
You took liberties.
I don't think I took liberties. It's been a while because Chicago. Woof.
You took liberties.
Well, you guys know where I came from. Not good.
He is happy, though, to be back with Sergei Bobrovsky. Here's what Seth Jones had to say about being back with Bob after their time in Columbus together.
Nothing new. Bob's business as usual. He's going to be one of our best players every night, doing his thing, and moved the puck well behind the net tonight. Made it hard for them to forecheck, and then big saves in that second period when the game was kind of teetering a bit. He stood strong in there.
Focus. Business as usual, which means one shot at a time, one shift at a time, one game at a time. Focus. Needs to be painted on the wall somewhere in the Panthers facility, right over Bob's locker.
I think they understand because they are very what's the word I'm looking for? cautious with how they go about getting in Bob's way.
You don't get in Bob's way.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Muchas gracias.
That's my guy.
It sounds crazy. He said it with the
Do you think
accent.
Do you think he's going to make it down? Because if they have a game, I don't know if Vanacek's going to play or if it's going to be Bob. But if he has if he has a game, so the Panthers play at 6. So let's say they're done 8:30, 8:45. Does he even bother trying to get down there for the main card, or you think he just passes?
I think he goes.
You think he goes?
Because his guy fights last, right?
No, he doesn't have a Russian. I think he went there for Pyotr Yan, but I think he just genuinely loves fighting. Like, we talked about him about this, and he was like, "Oh, the emotions."
Yeah, but so he could still make it there for the main card if he if
he can make
guys don't bother him.
He for sure. I'm not. I mean, no. He's like, listen. He goes and tells Panthers PR. He's like, I gotta get down to the fight.
That's it.
Or maybe he goes, hey Paul. Hey. He goes,
I've done that.
You think he goes to Paul Maurice and he goes, hey Paul, coach, can I call you coach? He goes, yeah. What's up, Bob? He goes, I could really use a maintenance night tonight. You know,
the old hammy.
He goes, yeah, Bob. He goes, but you never want to not play. He goes, yeah. The thing about that though is, UFC's in town. Can we bring up Drieger for a game?
Wow. Drieger's got to be, the oldest guy in the G League, right? Hockey G League.
I have no idea, dude.
He's old.
I don't think he's that old. I think he's he's not young, but I think he's like 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Drieger just sounds like he's been around forever.
It does. Yeah. He sounds like a hockey lifer.
Yeah.
But you think because last time Bob, he sat cage side in a suit. Like he went suited and booted to the Panther to the UFC. He can't get a personal day if he wants to go watch. And he was there early too. He was he's sitting there, he's watching all the fights. He can't get he's very rich. So could he get an escort to the game? Is that how that, I'm just worried about the traffic. It's a tough traffic ask for Bob.
So if he gets done 8:39, he can get there and catch the last 2 fights.
It's gonna take, I don't know. How long would it take you to get from Amarant to Kaseya in the midst of
40 minutes?
In the midst of no. In the midst of Saturday night traffic.
He said, no. There's some more caveats we got to throw.
Caveat, no.
Normally,
I'm talking.
No. We're not 5 o'clock in the morning for work.
Yeah,
right.
I'm talking Miami Saturday night traffic.
Yeah.
How does Passover affect traffic? Does that make it better or worse?
I don't know.
I would say it
I'll
might
find
make
out.
it a little bit easier.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then maybe he'll have a chance Saturday night.
Take a break. Mix things up on the other side. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
Who's this, Tobin?
It's the Elements, dude. Come on now.
There you go. All right.
Justin Rose for par. He's -9 on the -9. Oh, that's a hell of a putt that he's got ahead here. He lines it up, Leroy. Shimmies.
Okay, the drama.
Lines it up. Pulls it back. Oh, this one looks good. Every rose has its thorn, and this one, is going to bogey.
Oh, I like that call, though. That's pretty good.
All right.
Bryson's making a big move.
He is. Where's he at right now, Leroy? He's
7.
minus. Well, Rose is about to go to 8, so they're going to be very, very close with each other. Very, very close.
Different. I'm watching on Masters.com.
I'm watching ESPN Plus.
What hole is he through?
I don't know. They just took the graphic away.
Because I have through
like
13. He's 9 under.
9 under. Jeez. Got lucky.
Let's get to the mix bag.
Let's do it.
The Schaff man. -3 on the day. He's now 200 for the tourney.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. I got some munion on him.
Wow.
What do you got today, Marcos, in the mix bag?
All righty. Let's get on into it. Did you have a chance yesterday to catch Terron Armstead as he joined Joe Rose?
I did not get a chance to catch it. I heard one of the cuts on our promos, but I have not heard all of the interview. How was he?
Excellent. If I'm not mistaken, I heard that he is heading to a career in broadcasting of some sort or media.
He'll be good at that.
Pretty good. Although I do feel like when he made an appearance on Colin Cowherd's show not that long ago, I was like, I'm playing for the Dolphins. What are you talking about? I knew he was lying.
Wow.
He was getting his TV.
We probably knew he was done when he took his salary down to nothing for the Dolphins so they could make moves.
Just thought he was being a good guy. Well,
really? You name any good guy in this world that's giving money back.
Well, you guys just thought Mark Cuban was going to give back $3 billion. You know?
Yeah, but in a year, his team would be worth more with Luka.
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Terron Armstead left us with some gems. And hello, Jennifer.
Hi. Say hi to Scooby.
Take it easy, Scooby. Take it easy.
Oh, he doesn't. No, he doesn't want to.
Oh, okay. It's adorable.
He's like, don't use me for content.
I don't know. He has his back. He literally has his back to the camera at this point.
Seriously.
That's great.
Yeah, he's through 4. By the way, Leroy, just an update. He is through 14. He's 8 under, so I was watching live.
Yeah. So I'm watching on the website, and I'm through 8. He's 9 under, so he bogeyed 14. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he bogeyed 14.
No, now it says through 14. Okay, got it.
So, what did Terron Armstead have to say on Joe Rose's show, Marcos?
Listen, I don't know if you have proper attire for Goosey's galore right now, but he says Chop Robinson this upcoming season could have 20 sacks.
Wow.
That's what Terron Armstead said.
Dude, if he gets one-on-one blocks next year, which will be hard, he will have damn near 20 sacks.
Yeah.
I can say that with no hesitation.
Man, that would be cool.
Come on. 20?
20 sacks. It's been, what, 3 or 4 years?
Last year, Hendrickson led with 17 and a half.
Right.
TJ Watt had 19 before that.
Wow.
18.5 and 22, Nick Bosa. So TJ Watt, the 2021 season, 22.5 sacks. Last guy to do it.
Yep.
By the way, didn't TJ Watt, wasn't he being cryptic on Instagram this week? Something like that?
Interesting.
Although I will say,
TJ, can I just say this?
Was being cryptic, apparently.
There's certain guys you can't be cryptic. Right?
I don't know. This
Like-
is
Like I
if it
can
was
understand
Tyreek, I'd be
if
like,
you're a media person. Like, so Tyreek can be cryptic. He's always on media. He can be cryptic. But besides the Dick's commercial, when have
Can
you
he
ever
be
seen
cryptic?
a Watt?
Well, the thing I would be worried about, because I think here's what I would do if I would look. Remember, we used to have the joke about good genes, bad genes with Robbie. The Watt brothers kind of fall off a cliff, dude, when the bones don't be able to seem to hold the muscles like they used to.
And you know what's crazy about that? He's on the wrong team for that.
Yep.
Because they don't believe in the foolishness. They will get rid of you sooner than later.
Something to keep an eye on. What else you got in the
Would
mixed
you
bag,
take
Marcus? To give him a new deal?
No.
And I don't
He
think
got
so.
pass rushers.
Yeah, got pass rushers. I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so. Look at me being mature.
No.
That's crazy. I don't
surprised
know
you
this.
didn't-
Who would have
Dude,
thought?
I want him. That's usually how that goes.
Big name? What?
Yeah, I already told you. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. I'm alone in this. What? TJ Watt? Of course I'd take him. What do you want?
Trey Hendrickson, though. Trey Hendrickson wants to make us stink. You know, just that.
He's cool. Name's not cool enough, though.
What do you mean, dude? Trey Hendrickson? That sounds like a cool name.
Not a
Like a
household
rocker.
name. Yeah, but Watt. Ooh, electric. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm sorry. In the mixed bag, let's go ahead and move on. I got one more from Terron, but we'll save that for a little bit later, just in case we run out of time. I wanted to get to this. Joker. Word on the street is he knew about the Malone firing before everyone else.
Of course.
This is
Knew
Nico.
a little bit before everybody, and he told me like we made a decision, so it was not discussion, it was decision. He told me why, and so I listened and I accepted. You know, it's I'm not going to tell what he told me. I'm going to keep that private.
I just got a notification on this, by the way, which is like the least surprising thing ever. It said Michael Malone did not take firing well. Oh, you think? You think he didn't take the firing well? You don't say.
My question to you is this. If organizations are impatient with matters like this, and not all organizations, how can they expect a fan base to be patient with them?
I don't know. It said, this is from Brian Windhorst, quote, "It got out pretty quickly in the NBA that Michael Malone's reaction to being fired was not calm, which is not a surprise. I don't blame him."
Absolutely. I mean, what? To be honest with you, besides the current little bump in the road, which every team has, what has he done wrong?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. They just said like the attitude was around it, but like, dude, it's a West that is packed. Jamal Murray has not like been what he was when, of course, you know, let me just say, of course, Jamal Murray was like the greatest shooter of all time against the Miami Heat. Of course. And then he goes in the toilet. Like,
Now he's 18%.
I just like sometimes I just look at things and I'm like, oh, now Nick Batum decides to turn into Steph Curry.
That is crazy.
Oh, Rondo can now shoot in the finals?
It is amazing that we all tend to think that only happens to us. Right? I do it on the golf course. I'll hit a ball, it'll hit in a certain spot and go in the water. Somebody else will hit a ball, it hits in the same spot and it kicks left in the fairway. And you're like, come on. I mean, do you not think that it all ends up working out?
Dane South says Celtics fans doing the same thing to Caleb Martin. Totally fair. Totally fair. Man, crazy. Not calm. Oh, shocking. You mean the guy who told everybody his locker room was full of bleep because they don't watch film? Surprised that guy didn't take it well.
Right. Or was he the guy? Was he the guy that did the? No, that was Minnesota
What?
with Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh no,
60 for nothing.
The give us one more here in the mixed bag, Marcos.
All right, guys. We got some news out of the NFL a couple days ago. Mike North, you guys are familiar with that guy for any reason?
Mike North he's a radio host, isn't he?
Yes, he's a radio host and apparently the NFL VP of broadcast planning.
Oh, I didn't know it about that. I just remember. I just know Mike North as a Chicago. I feel like he's a Chicago radio host.
Yeah, I don't want to do that thing I did that one time with the baseball player where I thought it was
the same guy.
Yeah, so I could be wrong, but you know what? Who cares? Mike North.
Which baseball player was that again?
I don't remember, but I thought it's like, oh, really? He's taking a break from the playoffs. Not my best moment. Not my best moment. I think I do have it in the system, but
yeah. It was Anthony Rizzo. You confused Yankees first baseman Anthony Rizzo with Tony Rizzo from ESPN Cleveland. Thank you, Dade South. Of course.
Thanks a lot, Dade South. Are you familiar with none other than Yankees first baseman Anthony Rizzo? He is apparently a diehard Cleveland Browns fan.
Yes.
And he's upset with them. This is what Tony Rizzo had to say.
Talking to everybody in the building this morning.
By the way,
you hear that voice.
By the way, Leroy just did my favorite thing, which is when he talks to a recording.
Oh, really? He just responded to your to this clipping.
Friday.
This is great. Great radio. Yeah.
Can I just say, and I mean this respectfully, I hate all of you. Jennifer, her name is Jennifer now, not J-Fig.
Okay.
I literally thought we were better than that.
You what?
I literally thought we were better than that. I expect nothing less from the two guys. And I am the only person that can be making fun.
I'm just
somebody
laughing,
else,
okay?
But doing something ridiculous.
I didn't say anything.
And follow it up with doing something worse and let them off the hook. and old frog boy, he's like this. Off the hook, baby.
Dude, that was good.
Can't believe this guy talked to a recording. Am I right?
Why y'all picking on me?
We'll take a break. I'm sorry we didn't get to the Mike North thing.
Totally fine.
Got what you
Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get to our headlines here in the final hour of today's program, which are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. So remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Let us get to day 2 of the Masters, Leroy. Do you have our scoreboard for us, friends?
I do. Justin Rose is 8 under. Bryson DeChambeau is 7 under through 9. McCarty is 6 under. Sung JM 6 under. Corey Connors 5 under through 2. Rasmus Højgaard -4 through 12. Ludwig Oberg 4 through 10. Scheffler tees off at 123. Shane Lowry's 3 under through 9. Sahith Theegala 3 under through 8.
Dude, that's the biggest Dan sand trap I've ever seen in my life this guy's in. What hole is that, Leroy? It's got the big ass sand trap.
There's a bunch of holes. What hole is it?
I don't know. Some dude just, I can't tell. I'm not like a golf aficionado like you.
Sand traps are designed to make you have to move the ball. You see what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, it's not necessarily a situation where you just throw them anywhere. You might throw them in landing areas. You might so to make somebody aim a little bit left. So yeah, but for the most part, unless it's a par 5, they can hit it out of the sand.
Speaking of aim, by the way, our friend John Morant, who of course referred to Calais as a pigeon. By the way, did you see what Nico did?
No, what did he do?
So Calais put up like a montage of photos, like, badass photos on Instagram, making them look cool. And Jokić just commented with the bird emoji.
Trolls.
He's not playing, so might as well have some fun.
John Morant has a new celebration for everybody, and it is it's the grenade celebration where he takes the 3, he throws the grenade, and then also covers his ears because to not hear the explosion, of course, or so we think, because according to John Morant, it's not what everybody thinks.
Oh my god!
So what is it?
This is from Mike Wallace, of course, used to cover the Miami Heat, now from Grind City Media. John Morant on his new celebration, quote, "Listen, it's not what you think it is. I'm taking my words and I'm throwing them out there. I'm speaking Ja. I'm being Ja. I'm going to take my words, I'm going to throw them out there, and then I'm going to block out the noise. That's what I'm doing. So when you see me do it, that's what I'm doing. I'm saying what I got to say to the world, and then I'm blocking out the noise in the midst of what's coming my way."
Then why did all your teammates jump on the ground? Right? It's like kind of hard to be something other than a grenade when everybody else goes.
They were just shook. That's what it is.
Watch out his words. That's great.
He's trying some semantics.
Oh yeah, that sounds like he went to the Tobin School of Chicanery.
I was actually reading this. I was like, this guy's good. He's good.
Now, if the NBA says, "Hey, no grenade-like gestures," at that point, it's like, "Hey, come on!" Like now, you're targeting the man.
Of course,
he changed his weapon,
but it's not a grenade.
Adam Silver's probably seething. He's like, "Damn it, he came up with another one." But you also have to acknowledge it's a great celebration.
Yeah.
It's creative. Nobody has it. It's great.
That was pretty good.
And honestly,
hey, thank God he did it after the Final Four, because if that tournament was going on, we'd have a whole bunch of grenade launchers.
Oh, maybe that's the next one.
Now I keep seeing on the internet that Gilbert Arenas was the one to suggest this, Do you really think that John Morant saw Gilbert Arenas' podcast?
You really think that he should be going to Gilbert Arenas for advice?
Wow.
There's no way.
What are you serious?
From one gun enthusiast to another. Maybe we just switch it up a little bit.
Gilbert Arenas had his gun in the locker room.
Yes, he did.
For sure.
And was arguing with somebody.
Javaris Crittenton, who I actually think, didn't he go to jail? He actually had some pretty bad legal trouble afterwards, I feel like.
Probably best thing he ever done.
Gilbert Arenas just has terrible takes on his podcast now, most of them relating to the Heat.
Yeah.
I got an update, too, from a story we were talking about earlier. So there's this whole feature on John Daly and ESPN about his Masters shop that he has.
Mm-hmm.
John Daly, according to this article, it says last year, Daly sold about $780,000 worth of goods on the Hooters patio.
What?
Yup. John Daly sold nearly $800,000 worth of goods. He says this year he may exceed due to that Monday's rain out and the line that stretched out farther than one of Daly's bombs from the tee. He says the hats with an illustration of Daly's face, others encouraging to use to grip it and rip it, sell for $40. He sells boxes of cigars for $250. Wow.
This guy's a businessman.
He is a mogul.
Man, if he would,
And it sells it all while sitting in a lawn chair drinking a beer.
And
he should have a bar.
And eating Hooters wings, apparently.
Wow.
I mean,
or something like that.
Can I just tell you,
drink specials.
The cutoff was 29.
There's a quote.
I used to be able to eat them Hooters wings like nothing. When I hit about 29.30, mad bubble guts.
John Daly, a fan from the Midwest, brought him the state's most famous export. Quote, my Wisconsin guy always brings the cheese, Daly said. Quote, I eat the bleep out of the cheese and onions.
Wow. So he's just sitting there eating cheese and onions, making $750,000 in a Hooters parking lot.
I gotta tell you.
How about this?
It's no shock why he's built the way he is, and I'm not calling him fat. So, but I'm saying on a cheese and onion diet, I didn't even know you could pair an onion with cheese.
Didn't he have we've read this before, but didn't he have like an incredible amount of Diet Cokes that he would drink a day?
Yes.
Like
he would drink like 15 of them a day.
Daly sells off golf balls for $10, 1 for the ball, 9 for the signature. Man of the people.
So basically, he's just a hustler out there.
Hustler.
I love it.
Dude.
Gotta respect it.
Gotta respect it.
I respect it. I tell you what, he is also one of the more intriguing guys to ever play golf, right? How he won. I mean, keep in mind, he was like a 7th alternate when he won the PGA Championship. So he wasn't even supposed to play in it, end up winning. People don't remember when he won the Open Championship. Rocco, I forgot his name. Constantino Rocco was on the 18th hole and right in front of the green because it's almost drivable. Chunked it. So everybody starts saying Daly was the winner. He's going to win by 1. And then Constantino Rocco putted it over a hill, around the turn, boom, made it playoff.
What do you got here for us on John Daly, Marcos, on his Diet Cokes?
Just he's an absolute beast. Previously reported 26 to 28 cans per day. Yes. J-Fig makes a point. At this point, isn't that just like considered normal Coca-Cola? Like you're drinking.
It's just Coke at that point. I mean, no diet found there.
Yeah. Well, don't worry.
Even then, they say that Diet Coke is worse than regular Coke.
Yeah, because of all the stuff they have to put in it to make it taste like regular Coke.
Gross. Sorry.
Well, he is dramatically reduced his intake, guys. So don't worry, he'll be fine. He's only doing 10 to 12 cans now.
That's like being a chain smoker and then cutting back to a pack a day.
I think he's probably done that too. He is a known smoker as well.
Oh no, he's always got a cigarette in his mouth.
We'll take a break. 15 minutes of heat. Erik Spoelstra on his plan for tonight's game. We'll hear from that and lots more to get to back after this. Um, 15 minutes of heat here, brought to you by Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online at hollywoodkia.com and get the star treatment. By the way, speaking of star treatment, shout out to our guy Ara from A&T Dry Cleaners. Star treatment.
Did he hook it up?
Hooked it up, suited and booted. Because I only got one suit. But I got it cleaned after my broadcasting gig because, I needed it cleaned up. And just fantastic service yesterday. Got to meet Mama Ara yesterday.
I got to go over there.
Seamstress on site. So shout out to Ara and wishing him the best. So thank you for taking great care of me, Ara. In the meanwhile, the Heat, they're going to try and take care of, I don't know, tonight, 8 o'clock against the Pelicans. Coverage on 560 WQAM begins at 6:45.
Not be enthusiastic about it. Fake enthusiasm.
I'm going to watch. I mean, I'm going to Heat Wizards. You can't question my loyalty.
I didn't say anything about your loyalty. I'm just saying you were very dismissive in the first part of that explaining the game tonight.
The game tonight is useless. I mean, I don't know what what are we doing? If the Bulls win tonight, everybody's seat is locked up. They're all, and that's it. So if the Bulls win tonight, everything is locked up. If by some miracle the Bulls and the Hawks lose their next two, with the Heat winning their next two, then okay, there'll be some shuffling. But let's be real about it. There's a lot of Wizards and Hornets and Jazz, and Pelicans and Sixers and
oh my goodness.
Come on, dude.
I start thinking about this season, and I'm thinking about if they just screwed up half the games they gave up big leads, they damn near be the 5 seed.
If you didn't lose by 36 at home to the Utah Jazz in front of Tommy Tobin, you might not be in this position. But you did.
Disappointing Tommy.
Does Tommy want to leave at halftime?
Yeah. We stayed till the third quarter, and I was like, we can. They ain't coming back, son.
They look over and say, "Dad, let's beat that traffic."
It's a rough night when the statue was the best part of your night.
It was, but it has angles. I'm telling you, it has angles. Erik Spoelstra, this is from Anthony Chang. He said, quote, "We're going to treat tonight in the terms of our rotation. We won't scoreboard watch. We're just focused on tonight and our business. They will play their regulars."
I don't believe it.
Really? You think he's a liar, huh?
Listen, just based on what I believe should happen and what you said, why? Rest him. Okay.
I'm with you.
But I do believe that as a coach, don't you have to have a feeling of where you are? Like, for example, they'll lose 5 straight, the Panthers, and Paul Maurice will tell you exactly what he needs to see.
For sure.
He's like, look, we're losing game. We're playing good hockey. I'm not. And that's when he threw the punitive skate at us.
But I honestly think they could rest Bam and Tyler and still probably have a shot at beating these two teams. Like, that's how bad the teams they're taking on are. Like, I don't think it's crazy to sit them both out and being like, hey, it's a G League. It's essentially a G League game tonight. Have Coach Dan Bisaccia coach, and you want it, but you know what? I believe Spo because Spo's the same guy who just has principles. Like, he hates replay, and he just replays less than anybody.
He won't even use replay just
because I don't want to be a baby.
Right.
So like that's his thing. He's not gonna dip just by principle. Maybe on the Wizards game they will once they're locked in, but I feel like tonight he's like, oh, there's something to play for. Now, if it's in the middle of the game and they see that the Chicago Bulls, like maybe Chris Quinn comes in and he goes, listen, dude, the Bulls are up 40. He goes, I'm still gonna play Bam 45 minutes.
45.
Bam's gonna be looking at the sidelines like he's like, what? You'll get Sunday off.
It's hard when you're a competitor to not win. regardless of what the circumstances are. It's really hard.
I guess. So that'll get going, and then
it took me 2 or 3 years to get over losing preseason games.
Really?
Yeah,
that's weird.
But I got over it pretty quick in my rookie year when we lost by 50. Then I immediately fell to, it's just preseason.
By the way, one little note here from Will Manso that I missed. But the Marlins, who are in action tonight against the Nationals, apparently, according to Will, some torpedo bats have arrived.
Ooh!
So be on the lookout.
Just pick up.
Any of them have torpedo eyes? Because that's also a requirement to hit the ball.
I'm just letting you know,
I'll lend them my eyes.
Hey, Stanton could have a torpedo bat.
Well, he did have a torpedo bat,
but that bat ain't hitting that outside slider that he falls for.
Maybe not, but he had a monster postseason.
But Stanton swings and misses a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not as much as Judge did during the playoffs.
Woo.
Not good. Also didn't have his torpedo eye on his glove either. Jesus. Like, what are you doing, dude? Pretty wild. So we got a fun weekend ahead, everybody. Lots of action. We got Heat. We got UFC 314. We're gonna have Patty Pimblett come up here in just a few minutes.
Patty the Batty
gonna stop by. We got Panthers hockey tomorrow night as they take on the Buffalo Sabres. We got Masters. We got the Pinks. The Pinks are taking on now. This is a regular game, Leroy. Regular game.
He did explain things again.
It's like
4:30.
We're playing football. Then we're gonna go play a European team in the middle of the season for whatever cup, and then we're gonna come back and play Monday Night Football against. It's weird.
My favorite thing, by the way, speaking of Patty the Batty, did you see Connor yesterday was tweeting out? He goes, "I'm very interested in this Patty Pimblett Michael Chandler fight." I'm like, dude, just
shut up, dude.
Just shut up, dude. You're not fighting anymore. Like, it would just be nice if we're just like, hey, you know what, Connor? You were a legend.
How old is he?
35, I think.
Yeah. What makes it worse for him is that
36, and he'll be 37 in the summer.
He's talked so much that it's now falling on deaf ears simply because he hasn't fought. So it's getting quieter and quieter. Like, he can talk whatever he wants. He can say, we can all say, hey, we love the clown that he is, but it's more along the lines of, it was great when he was fighting. Now it's just annoying.
I was talking to somebody from the Heat at the game the other day because I saw that Patty Pimblett was going to be at the game, and I was like, "Hey, you guys going to do a bit where he chokes out Bernie?" He goes, "Still haven't got over the Connor thing."
Oh, Tobin, too soon.
Poor guy.
It wasn't a good day.
I think he knocked Bernie out and sent Bernie to the hospital.
He choked Bernie out there. So my question is, did they leave the mascot uniform on until they got him in the ambulance, or did they take it off on the?
I'm watching this new show called The Pit on Max, which is a really good show, but I gotta say, it's a little unbelievable because the way The Pit works, no spoilers, but the way The Pit works is it basically takes you through an entire shift. So it's just like hour after every episode is an hour of work, right? And it's like the most unbelievable stuff is happening within these hours. I'm like, hey man, ER used to have to like an episode like this, and it was spanning days. So, but I'm fully expecting at one point in The Pit, because it takes place in Pittsburgh, Steely McBeam is going to walk in and he's got to be saved because of some mascot incident.
Somebody's name is Steely McBeam.
Oh yeah,
that's the Steelers mascot, Steely McBeam.
Oh my god! I mean, wait, I played against Pittsburgh. I don't recall that.
Yeah, that's their mascot, Steely McBeam. I don't know when he was introduced, but that is their mascot. You have Steely versus Brownie in a mascot bout.
Well, can I just tell you, Some people should just go without a mascot. Like,
I agree.
Like the Cleveland Browns, you don't have a mascot.
Remember when
You do, but you don't.
Jamar Chase was distraught because he lost to the Browns, and he goes, "We lost to elves." I was like, I never thought about it like that, Jamar.
If we just pitted mascots, so instead of teams, the Bengals would be pretty tough.
The pit's like, we just rescued this baby, and out of nowhere while blindfolded, and now here comes an ambulance that was stolen with lots of gold from the bank robbery that just happened, and then the next hour there is a mascot incident. It's like, really, this really happens every day in just just one day. This is all happening.
Pittsburgh,
jeez, Pittsburgh, man. I'm sure there are wild nights. I'm sure there are. I couldn't even imagine
things from my friends that are firefighters and cops.
Every day though. Like it's like, or do they just
every
get
day is
day?
just madness. You never.
Nah, there's got to be a day.
It's got to be a slow
that
day.
this happens.
Jennifer, there's got to be a day where the firefighters are just playing dominoes all day and there's no cats in trees. Everyone's had slow days at work.
I've definitely heard that cats in trees is actually a thing.
Of course. Who else do you call? They have ladders.
What? Just leave him in the tree. He's a stupid cat.
He'll eventually come down.
I mean, he can jump out. He got 9 lives, and they always land on their feet.
Police, my cat isn't it? What?
You know how upsetting it is that you have a very important job and then get called because your cat is on a tree.
It's a great show. It just is a little. You gotta really put some reasonabilities aside and be like, okay, we'll just enjoy the show and not.
So
and
you're
not
basically saying the whole show is a tad bit of a reach.
Well, just that it's happening hour by hour, like
every hour, huh? Every hour, Pittsburgh.
You won't believe who's here now. We got to save the governor. It's the pit. All right, UFC 314 is coming on up. The man who's in the co-main event, he's going to get all the chance. Paddy the Batty Pimblett. He joins us next. Back, everybody, 560 WQAM. Very excited to talk to our next guest. This man is going to be in the co-main event at the Kaseya Center coming up this Saturday down here in Miami. Just spent some time with the Miami Heat yesterday. He is Patty the Batty Pimblett. Patty, thanks for the time, man. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
How was the game? I saw you courtside yesterday. How did you enjoy the experience at the basketball?
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a nice little night out.
Did you was it your first basketball game?
No, I went to a basketball game years ago in New York to watch the Nets when I was there visiting. But definitely my first time courtside, and it's a much better experience.
What is the comparison? So as far as I know, you're a Liverpool fan. I feel like you guys have better fans over there as far as just like your chants, your singing, atmosphere. Like I know that you're right next to the flamethrowers and there's a lot of stuff going on, but what do you make of the comparison between a monster soccer match where you're from to an NBA game?
Yeah, the football game's a completely different level to that NBA game. Like it is. It's just our fans, our atmosphere, they're just next level compared to a basketball game.
Like, what is the thing that stands out most to you? Like, why do you guys have that like embroiled in you so much? Because you guys are crazy. You're singing songs, all that. Like, at what age do you remember just becoming a monster soccer fan?
It's the passion. You know what I mean? We have passion for our team and our city, but I don't know. I can't remember exactly. It's my whole life, really.
Was it passed down? Was it friends?
Yeah,
like,
of course, it's passed down from family.
Do you remember the like first memory of it? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Just going to a match when I was a young kid.
And you were hooked from there on.
Yeah.
Man, it was something. But going into the building yesterday, do you have any feelings as far as like going in, like just getting kind of the lay of the land of it, or is it all just when you're at this point, you put all the work in? Is it just kind of killing time until you get to the fight week? Like, what's this experience like for you this week?
Yeah, I've been enjoying my time here, to be honest. We went to the basketball game the day before. We had a little 2-hour boat ride, been going to the gym and training. So just passing time at the minute, all the hard work's done. Just all about making weight on Friday, and then I can enjoy some food.
What is the thing in the lead up since we've last spoken about, Michael? Is there anything that you've felt in the preparation for this that is either changed for you or that you've picked up on him that you think is just like going to be the key to victory?
No, we've always had the game plan. We've got the strategy, and we're going to implement it on a Saturday night and get the finish.
From like your interactions with him, what have you felt is like going to be his biggest miscalculation with you?
I think everyone has the same miscalculation with me. They underestimate me. Everyone still judges me off fights from years ago and don't understand how much I've improved.
Because I remember like talking to you about you feel like they're all kind of getting past their prime, and really for a fighter, you're at that perfect age and that perfect bracket of like when you start taking over and feeling at the peak of your powers. Have you felt that, like all the things that you've been through? Could you just give me an example of why you feel like this is the most optimal you've been as a fighter?
Yeah, I know everyone says it's very cliche, but this really is the best shape I have ever been in. I've never been able to, never hit so hard, never been so fast. I've never had this good cardio. So everything's coming together at the right time. And as you say, the old guard of the lightweight division starting to get very old, and I'm one of the new guard coming through that's going to take the place.
Was there ever a time, like with all the critics that you've had to deal with and all that stuff, where did you find any of that stuff constructive at all, or has it all kind of just been motivation as far as like, nah, believe those guys. I'm gonna show everybody that they're wrong.
No, yeah, obviously some of it's constructive criticism. Some of the stuff I've done in the past hasn't really been very ideal, but it's motivation. Know what I mean? I love proving the haters wrong, and I'll continue to do it for the rest of my career.
Got Patty Pimblett here. He's going to be in the co-main event UFC 314 right here at the Heat's house. Kaseya Center. He just spent some time with the Miami Heat. So, Patty, as will happen with you, you ruffle feathers. I guess you're on a podcast. You got Alman Sarukian all upset with your words, and now he's daring you to call him out. What do you make of his being upset at your words?
Everyone hates the truth, don't they? Know what I mean? only speaking the truth, lad, and he's got his knickers in a twist. Hopefully he doesn't poo his pants again.
Is this one of those things though? Like, does that delight you when you actually do get them and you get the reaction of the truth? Is that something that just warms your heart?
Yeah, of course. 'Cause it's funny. He said the other day that he doesn't watch me or Chandler because we're not good enough, and then he's responding to me. If it wasn't that good, lad, you wouldn't be responding to me, would you?
How much do you expect everybody to be calling you out after beating Michael Chandler? Because that's going to be the one that skyrockets you, obviously. And do you feel like that's going to come in even more waves than it usually does?
Yeah, it could do, but we'll just have to wait and see once I've won.
And from Michael Chandler, one more before we get you out of here. In this matchup, do you feel like is this one of those where what his miscalculations of you, the interactions that he's had with you? Do you feel like is there something about his game that worries you the most that you had prepared for that you got to be right on to make sure that you do get the win?
Yeah, of course. It's big looping punches. Know what I mean? Them Hail Mary shots he throws, he can probably knock anyone out, but he's not knocking me out, and I'm gonna style on him.
Are you expecting a lot of people to come from England to come see you?
Yeah, I've got about 40, 50 tickets myself for me mates and me family and that to come, so I know there's going to be a good few Scousers there.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see. I imagine that atmosphere is going to be incredible. Patty, enjoy the city the rest of the week, man. Thanks so much for giving us some time, and looking forward to the show on Saturday night.
Thank you very much, fella. Appreciate that.
All righty, take care.
See you later.